buy my chicken fried and cold beer on a Friday night. A pair of jeans that fit just right.
Oh, cold
and
beer.
a radio.
Oh, yeah, everybody. What's up? It's your pal, your boy, your amigo, John Wright, all the way from Hickory, North Carolina, giving you another episode of the Fried Podcast. I like to call it the Fried Pod. Don't eat Tide Pods. Listen to the Fried Pod. Doing something new and exciting right now. I am not doing this with my handy dandy Zoom recorder. We're also going live on Facebook. Lots of things, multimedia out the gate. So we're taking questions on Facebook. I'm in an old high school friend's studio right here in Hickory, North Carolina. We're sitting here, and I have another guest, old high school friend and college buddy, and all around very good at Karakito karate.
I'm a master.
We have John Wright and Alan Jackson in his studio. Yeah. So let's start with this. Oh, and we're going to call Sarah Tiana here in a second. That might mess up the live feed for you guys. But throw your questions up there, and I'll try to get to them. And we'll check in with Sarah. But yes, I'm Alan Jackson.
Hey, what's up, John?
This. We are in this place called, let me put it on Facebook, The Mesh.
The Mesh. Yeah.
The Mesh. Now tell us a little bit about The Mesh, and then we'll get into our history.
So, we're making podcasts here. I've been listening to podcasts for years and just thought, I want to start making our own. So we kind of set up our own little studio. We got a nice little cool space here for it.
Yeah.
Got the microphones in, set up the recording. We got about maybe 12 shows we do every month.
Is it friends of yours, or is it people that work with you in other capacities as well? Or
kind of all the above. It's like some of them are friends that just like to have a show that they do. Some are ones that there's some local groups and organizations that come in and do some.
Nice.
Some of them are just me and some of the other guys that work here, just like,
What's some of the titles of these that maybe the people who listen to Friday can go check you out?
So the one I'm on, I'm just going to be brag about myself or something.
Please,
so yeah,
brag away.
Absolutely. So Foot Candle Films.
Yeah.
We have a film society in the area called Foot Candle.
Wait, time out. John Wright, do you know what a foot candle is?
I have no damn clue what a foot candle is.
It's how they measure lighting in Hollywood.
Oh, very good.
I'm in the biz, my
Yeah, I was
friend.
going to say you are. You're showing your.
I would say our foot candles here.
Yeah.
We could use a little bit more foot candles.
We need a little more foot candles in the room.
If we were going to video, but they can see me. You don't want to see a whole lot of this.
Foot candle.
But so that's interesting. You named it.
You measure, how much light's in a shot. It's the number of foot candles. It's like a number of inches, number of centimeters, whatever. This is foot candle.
Yeah.
So we did a film society. We got about 600 members that come out and see films every month. We show, and so Chris and I was like, let's just do a podcast. We'll review films. So we go to the movies, see films, talk about them afterwards. So it's fun.
And that's probably your favorite one.
That's my favorite. Yeah. I mean, that's the one we had the most fun with. So, we got a couple businesses like the community college here in town does one on entrepreneurship, talking with local small business owners about how to get started in business and all. And then we got a couple. My sister does one called Chick Chat that is basically Southern girl chick. Like a little baby chick. Yeah, Chick Chat.
Yeah.
It's basically Southern girls just gossiping about whatever.
Dude, this is great.
Yeah, so it's fun. We have a good time.
I'm happy that this is happening.
Yeah.
Because you probably haven't listened to our podcast, haven't listened to yours, but we're going to change it today.
Oh, you haven't? But I listen to every one of yours. I subscribe to every. You don't listen to any of mine?
Alan hasn't memorized. What film?
I write in a fan club letter every week. You don't read those?
Well, I'll dig it up.
All right, sure.
My mother calls in sometimes. Does movie reviews.
Oh, does she?
We call it Betty Boo's movie reviews. And it's fun to hear her with this thick Southern accent talk about, I did not care for that 50 Shades of Grey. That was just a little too dirty for me. And your daddy was eating popcorn the whole time. So it's
whistling?
And whistling. He's a whistler. That voice you hear is one John Wright, everybody. Say hey to John Wright.
Hey, how are you guys doing?
What's going on with you, buddy?
Oh, not much. Just had a short notice of coming out here and doing this whole new experience for me, so I'm learning a lot.
So many things to talk about. First of all, let's plug some tour dates because your boy is always busy. I'm barely in Hickory. I just did a gig in Boston. I was up there doing this comedy club called Laugh Boston. That was a lot of fun. But tomorrow, actually, when you hear this, it'll be today. I will be in Lexington, Kentucky. comedy club called Comedy Off Broadway. Not on Broadway. It's off Broadway in Lexington, Kentucky. Come check that out. Then I have some time off. Then I'm going to be in Tampa, Side Splitters Comedy Club, May 24 through 27. And then I got the summer pretty much wide ass open to be hanging out with John Wright and Alan Jackson.
All right.
What's the last film that you saw that you reviewed? I'm just curious.
Man, what was it? We both saw the Avengers movie. We're reviewing
I've
that.
yet to see
We're
that.
reviewing
Yeah,
that on
neither.
Friday, so we
Okay.
haven't reviewed it yet. But probably by the time it all comes out, we'll have reviewed it. So.
Got it.
Yeah,
It's
And then,
okay?
yeah, that was fun. I mean, if you're a comic book nerd, it's a good movie. So,
Yeah.
you know, if you're not, you don't know who these people are. It's probably not going
I've
to
heard
enjoy
you
it too
can
much.
enjoy it without knowing everything, but some of the nuances will be lost.
That's true.
On you. Yeah.
It's a lot going on. It's pretty
pretty
busy.
long, but it
it's
goes
a
by
long,
quick.
busy movie. A lot of people in it, but
Yeah.
I thought it was fun. I thought it was a good time. So
Yeah.
we try to see. You know, the films we bring in are normally a little more of the independent, smaller films that don't come to the big movie, and then we go to the big movie house to see ones that we review. So
you'll go
I'm
to
a fan on both.
theater
you know.
here, watch it, and then record it. Do you do a video portion on your podcast?
Nah, not on that one. We have
Yeah.
a couple of shows we do video, but most of them are just audio
Got it.
still. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, this is great because we all of us in this room, John Wright, Alan Jackson, have known each other since I know
Long
high
time.
school, before high school, middle school, elementary school.
You went to Mountain View, right?
I went to Mountain View.
Okay, so
Yeah,
we knew each other in elementary. Did you go to Mountain View?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so we
I was-
probably all knew each other in
I was
elementary
number
school
one in my
too.
class there.
Okay.
Not
You,
really.
he was-
I don't remember that.
It didn't happen.
John Wright's a year older than me and Alan.
Yeah.
So he's wiser.
Yeah.
And I got to, really know John. Let's back it up. We want to talk about karate. Do we want to talk about college?
Let's talk about
What would you
karate.
like to talk about?
Let me go with karate first.
Let's do a little karate. So, John Wright here had a brother named Michael Wright. These guys were your basic hillbilly ninjas.
Yeah.
We played baseball together too,
And football.
and football. And I remember having a party at my parents' house, who has a swimming pool in the backyard, and you guys went to the Settlemeyer's pool first by accident. So you and your brother were
forgot
already
about that.
swimming in Sean Settlemeyer's pool, and there were people over there, and you were like, "Oh, wrong pool!" And you just jumped over and climbed our fence, and then just jumped in there. But no one messed with these guys because they were taking Karakido karate.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hickory badasses.
When did you start in Karakido karate, and what belt did you get to?
I don't know when I started. I guess it would have been 81, 82, maybe.
Okay,
80, yeah, no, maybe 79.
you were there before I got there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
that-
were already. I think by the time I got there, your brother was already a green belt.
He was. I was with
And
Johnny
you were-
Stinson. I was at Stinson.
Oh, you didn't do Karakido?
No, then I went over to Karki. Remember,
Then you
'cause gave me
came
the old-
over.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll get to that.
Yeah, all right.
Well, both of these guys had a little fast foot. You and your brother had. There was this kickboxer back in the day called Bill Superfoot Wallace.
Oh, yeah.
And I felt like that you guys patterned yourselves after him a little bit.
Yeah.
They were lightning fast with the feet. Is what I'm telling you. But I think when I got there, I think you were a yellow or orange belt, and I started off the white belt. But how far did you get? What belt did you get to?
Orange, I think. I was
You quit at orange.
I was at Johnny's first, and I had to start back over with
So how far did you get with Johnny?
orange. So
See, as a ginger, orange belt, that's like a black belt.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like, I've achieved all I need. Yeah, it doesn't get, I'm done. I figured this out. But one of my fondest memories of my man John Wright over here. By the way, let's show him what you look like. There's John Wright, everybody.
Hey, guys.
Yeah, and if you're listening to this and you're like, what are we talking about? Go to my Facebook page.
Look at my forehead, how big that damn
That's a
thing
5 head, my friend. But I'm right behind you. That's why I'm wearing a hat. But and then there's Alan Jackson on that side. Everybody, say hey, Alan.
Hey, what's up?
And we will. We're doing double duty. We're going on the Facebook and the live and the audio portion of Friday. Anyway, so in Karakido karate, our sensei was a guy named Hamby.
Rick Hamby.
Rick Hamby, who also
the
sold,
Haminator.
He sold insurance.
I was going to say,
does.
that's
Yeah,
the
he still
insurance
does,
guy.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Insurance
remember
guy.
that name. Okay, gotcha.
He was a black belt in Karakido karate.
Okay.
And so I told my dad, here's how I got started in karate, right? So I was at a baseball game, a little league baseball game. I remember sitting in the dugout. I had a big gulp in my hand, some drink. It was a suicide probably. And like a home run happens, and I go, woo! And then the drink just goes all over Rodney Johnson. Okay? Yeah. And he got angry, and he goes, what the? And he got up and just smacked me in the back of the head. And I go, oh, sorry, Rodney. Because I felt bad. It was my fault. I did do that. And then I sat back down and, commenced to help him clean up with napkins or whatever. That day after that game, my dad was so mad at me. He's like, you just sit there and let him hit you in the back of the head like that? You didn't do anything? That's not how I raised you. You fight back. I was like, well, actually, you didn't raise me that way. I went to church, and I'm supposed to turn another cheek. That's what Jesus would have done. This is what I've been taught every Sunday for my whole life. So, which is it, Daddy? And I go like, well, maybe if I took karate classes, because at the time I was big into ninja stuff. I wanted to be a ninja, Right. And so I was like, well, maybe if I was taking karate classes. So, he's like, okay. So we shopped around karate classes, and that's how we found Rick Hamby, who also sold insurance. And that's where, I got in there. It was me, Danny Neeland, David Neeland. Remember those guys?
Yeah,
remember them?
They played soccer too, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
their dad was a doctor.
I didn't know that.
And they had some cash. So
they had a big-ass field.
Big-ass field. And so we all kind of signed up together, and my brother, Jason. And anyway, so, you take the classes, you work your way up the belts. You start with the white belt, and I think I got to yellow, and that's where maybe you were going into an orange.
Yeah, big dogs.
Yeah. And,
so it's like a really big jump from yellow to orange.
Yeah.
I mean, because color-wise, it doesn't look like it goes very far. But
on the color spectrum, yeah.
Now remember, orange is a black belt for me.
Right, yeah.
But after that, I think it goes green, brown, then black.
But you had to get your tips.
Then you get the tips.
You had to get your little tips.
Yeah, some people say third-degree black belt. That means you got 3 black belts. Yeah, pretty much.
Are those little bands that go on the end of the?
They just take athletic tape, rip it up,
like tape,
around,
and just wrap it around. Okay,
but it's a big deal.
Yeah. So we have to spar. That's part of the deal. So now listen, I've been watching ninja movies my whole life. Yeah. So I've seen moves on the screen that they weren't teaching me in Karakita.
Yeah. Me either.
And so the whole class is taking turns, people sparring or whatever. And so me and John are going at it. And I was intimidated because, he's got a fast foot.
Right.
And he just happened to be facing a certain way.
Oh,
and I've been watching this foot sweep technique in movies and whatnot, And I thought, he's lined up perfectly for a foot sweep. And so I faked like a backhand to distract him. His hands go up, and then I do the foot sweep where you go down and you spin with your leg and you just take out his legs. And before you know it, he's upside down.
I was just like,
really?
Wow, that just happened.
Nice.
And everybody in the class was like, ooh. And now I'm madder than hell. And I was like, how did you learn that? And then Rick came and was like, we don't do that in this class.
He goes, I haven't taught you that yet.
Yeah. That's week 3.
Right.
It was a good move.
Yeah, so that was a pretty fun memory of foot sweeping John Wright. But you got me back. If memory
did the Karate Kid do that in the movie too?
Yeah, well,
that's not a foot sweep. That was, what did he do?
He did the crane kick at the very end.
I'm getting my martial arts messed up.
Yeah,
but he did the crane kick, but there was a foot sweep scene where
sweep the leg.
Yeah, sweep the leg. You got a problem with that? No, Sensei.
Wait a minute, sweep the leg. You said Johnny, right?
Yeah, Johnny the bad guy.
This is all coming together now.
That's right.
Makes sense.
His sensei was telling him to sweep the leg, and he goes, "But I can take him." He goes, "You sweep the leg."
Yeah.
Now maybe that inspired me as well, but I did sweep the leg. He was on his back, and the crowd applauded me.
Yeah.
And then he got revenge later because I think your brother got mad at you for letting that happen too, and so like we were sparring again maybe like 2 weeks later. And I forgot what it was. I think you got a ridge hand in my eye.
And it had my fingernails and went.
Yeah, and so I had a black eye for a good.
But that was not intentional.
Okay,
that was not it.
Oh,
but I could tell you when we were sparring that time, it was not. There was no fun and games.
No,
involved.
I was no love lost. I was humiliated.
Yeah, so that was a good moment. Now, Alan, you ever do any martial arts?
No,
never dabbled. No,
just watched the movies like you. So that was that was it. My son did karate like at a real young age for a little while, but that was it. So no, I never got into it.
Yeah, it's good exercise.
It always looked like it'd be something cool to do.
It is.
Never got into it.
What about movies you love? You've seen Karate Kid. Do you know they're doing a new Karate Kid on YouTube?
I saw that, the YouTube series, them like old now, or well, I guess old, like our age.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet.
I haven't either. It just came
I heard
out.
it's actually pretty good.
I've heard it's kind of like a comedy. So, John, you remember the Karate Kid movie, right?
Yeah.
So this picks up like modern day today at the age they are, what their life would be like now. And it's a comedy as well. It's a whole series on YouTube. You can binge watch it. I haven't seen it yet, but the guys who did the movie I was in, Harold and Kumar Escape Guantanamo Bay, they're the same dudes who produced it. And I was supposed to be in it, but they wanted, but I couldn't do it because it was like they shoot
you're
it
too fast?
They shoot, yeah. Right.
You brought back your sweeping skills?
I don't go backwards. But they shot it in Atlanta, and I couldn't do it because they wanted me as a local hire, which means you don't get a hotel room. It's like, I said, well, I can't really do it for that. Although I would have. But anyway, I haven't seen it yet. I'm a big fan. I can't wait to see how this turns out. Okay, let's see how long we've been rolling that now. We are at 2:52. I should call Sarah because her time is limited. So what we'll do real quick, and John, we should be able to hear her. So excuse me, Facebook Live. I'll be right back. We're going to call Sarah Tiana. She's my podcast partner, buddy. Yeah, hang on. Post it. Keep. Let's call Sarah and check in with her.
Now,
She
just does broadcasting with you?
She's in Los Angeles. No, she's a stand-up comedian.
Really?
She's originally from Georgia, lives in L.A. We started this podcast because we don't know many Southern people in Los Angeles. So that's why it's called Fried, like fried food, And our little slogan is just two Southern comedians trying to make it in Southern California any way they know how. You freaking haul, y'all. So let's call Sarah and check in with her contacts. Sarah, Tiana. Alrighty, let's give this a whirl. Live from the Mesh recording studios. I got it pumped on this. Okay, there we go. Let's see if she answers. Folks, thank you for tuning in to another amazing episode.
Hey!
Hey, everybody, it's Sarah Tiana! Woo!
We did it.
How are you?
Oh, man. I'm good. It's really nice out here in California. Is it nice out in North Carolina?
It's real nice. One of our first days of a nice. It's probably like 84 degrees outside right now. Yeah. Just opened
All right.
Me and my mom just took the cover off the pool. It's still green, but it should be ready by tomorrow. Yeah.
That's so exciting. I remember growing up with the pool, like the day that the cover came off, and you're like, it took everything in your power not to just jump right in, even though it was green and not ready.
Yeah. It's like, well, if you could jump in a pond, why couldn't I jump in this water? But she forbade it. Sarah, we have been kicking butt. The last time we spoke, we were in Nashville. We had such a good time interviewing John Rich and the guy from Mona. That was a lot of fun.
Brown, yeah.
Normally I bring my stuff with me. I brain farted, didn't bring it, but I got lucky because a guy I went to high school with owns and operates a studio here just for podcasts, and he's with me right now. His name is Alan Jackson. Say hey to Alan.
Hi, Alan.
Hey, how you doing?
The Alan Jackson, huh? That's
right.
Amazing.
I do podcasting. I do podcasting on the side, whenever I'm not touring.
Yeah, he when he's not water skiing with his jeans on down the Chattahoochee, he does
Or kicking frogs. Yeah.
But Sarah, that's his real name, Alan. I didn't even bring that up to you yet. You must hate that when the other Alan Jackson got famous.
It gets a little old, but it's all right. So
It's kind of like John Wright.
Yeah, John Wright, like with the Wright brothers.
Yeah, it doesn't happen.
So, Sarah, what are you doing right now? I know you're busy. You're in LA? Are you on your way to an audition or a pitch meeting, or what's going on?
I am on my way to a pitch meeting, actually, at William Morris, our agency. So I'll say hello to all of our agents for you.
Nice.
But, and then I've been house hunting. My boyfriend and I are moving in together, which is a big step. So.
Whoa, that is a big step.
I know.
Congratulations. Where are you looking?
We're looking out by the airport.
Oh, that's smart.
He works over there, and I basically live at the airport, as you know.
Yep.
So we found a place, and we put an application in today. So we'll find out if we get that. And then...
Congratulations.
And then I'm about... Thanks! And then I just started working on the VMAs with Tiffany Haddish.
Nice.
So I just started working on that. And then I go to Salt Lake City this weekend to Wise Guys.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I've been up there. That's a fun room.
Oh, man, that club is so fun.
Now, I think we just did Boston. I mean, I was just in Boston at that Laugh Boston. You just played up there too, didn't you?
Yes, I played up there in December, I believe.
Okay. Yeah, it's my first time
Yeah.
doing a club in Boston. I had been there doing like a college thing and then like a corporate event, but never this club. And, it was a fun little rowdy bunch up there in Boston.
Yeah, it's rowdy, but it's fun. I really like that. I like how it's like in the hotel.
That is...
So it's like a very easy commute.
Alan, John, as comedians, that's like a dream gig. Is when the comedy club is actually inside of the hotel. Okay. So that basically your green room is your hotel room.
Easy going there.
It's just one elevator ride, and you don't even have to leave the building, really. But I did manage to get out and have fun. Did you go out at all? Did you have fun in Boston? Did you see the sights?
Yeah, I mean, I've been there quite a few times, as you have. I think it was a little too cold when I was there.
Oh yeah.
To really do much, but it must be so nice there right now.
Yeah, it was nice actually. You know, I love karaoke, so I went out one night with some fans afterwards and did karaoke, and it was a random, aggressive Boston night because so this one couple that came to see me heard me on the radio, right? Because her boyfriend's from the South, and he liked the way I sounded on the radio and bought tickets, right? Then there's this other guy who came who's like deep cut fan from Mississippi who happens to be living in Boston. Now, those two people didn't know each other, but I said from the stage, I'm going out to do some karaoke. Who wants to come with me? They all said yes. We got in an Uber together, and then they started fighting. Like the girl and the boyfriend broke up that night because of this dude was being a douche. And I basically had to tell him, like, dude, you cannot hang out with us. This night is over for you. And then it was just me and that one dude, the boyfriend who lost his girlfriend, just me and him hanging out at an Irish pub till about 1:30 going, like, questioning our decisions that night. But,
Oh, my God.
yeah. So you probably were wise to stay in the hotel room.
Wild tales of Uber in the city. So, man.
Yeah.
And my favorite part of that club is that the owner, has such a thick Boston accent. Mm-hmm. Did you talk to him? Like, he's like, hey, welcome to the club. Fucking gotta watch some Fox tonight, but I'll be at your show later.
Yeah. I love it how they make fun of our accents and then they sound like that.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, you talk funny. And I'm like, I talk right.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Sarah, I just wanted to check in with you. Is there anything you want to plug real quick while I got you on the phone?
Well, when this airs on Friday, the 13th.
Oh, shit. That's right.
I think it is the 13th. Oh, no, sorry. It's the 11th.
Yeah, okay.
The 13th is Sunday.
Got it.
So the 11th and 12th, I'll be at Salt Lake City. And I'm still hunting for the John Rich whiskey wherever I go. So I keep putting in requests at different liquor stores because that will help his brand a lot. But that whiskey is so good. I just want to have them. Yeah,
we were at John Rich's house from Big and Rich in Nashville, and he has his own whiskey now. Oh, wow. And it's called Redneck Riviera, and it's kind of like a Crown Royal, where it's a blended whiskey. It's really smooth. And, I haven't found it yet either. I think it's mostly in Texas, So,
a lot of it's in Texas,
We should do
I'm in the hunt for that.
We should make him cut some fake commercials and then just air them for free so we have like a sponsor on our podcast.
We should.
Yeah.
Well, that could be our unofficial sponsor for sure.
There you
Maybe
go.
he'll send us a bottle and then we'll just drink it while we're podcasting, and it's our way of promoting it.
Exactly.
And everybody really loved that episode. It was like one of our most popular episodes so far. So I was really
I was happy
proud of that.
Yeah, I was happy to see him even get behind it and tweet it out and say he had a good time doing it. So that was good.
Yeah.
All right.
It was good. What else? What are you doing? You got somebody out there with you to do the podcast with?
Yeah, I'm sitting here with Alan Jackson, the guy who runs this place. I went to high school with him. And I'm also sitting here with another guy named John Wright, who I went to high school with and college with and basically everything. I mean, we've gotten fights together. Man. We were just talking about how I gave him a foot sweep one time in karate class and then and how he punched me in the face. So we were just reliving that story. We got so much more to catch up with John Wright over here.
Oh, good. All right. Well, I can't wait to hear all about it. I'll hang up so that y'all can get that going. But thanks for checking in.
Yes, thank you, Sarah. And I will see you. I think I'll get back next week, so we'll reconvene soon.
Yeah. See you soon.
Okay. Bye.
Bye. Okay. Bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sarah Tiana, the one, the only, beautiful, funny girl from Georgia, now living in Los Angeles.
Where in Georgia is she from?
Oh,
you know?
Yeah, she told me she's a Bulldog fan, if that helps.
I know that's university, but yeah.
But I forget exactly what neck of the woods.
I don't really know why I asked. I don't know Georgia.
I gotta get sorry. Well, you know Dragon. He's from Georgia. You met Dragon.
Which one's Dragon?
Dragon's a bald-headed guy that lives in my neighborhood that he got drunk and he's got a long house. Then we went out in the golf cart and got lost.
You got lost on his property?
In our neighborhood, Deerfield.
Oh, okay.
And so we're trying to get back. We finally got back and we couldn't get the cover off the golf cart, so we just slivered out. Well, his house was really long. Well, his wife got up about 3 o'clock in the morning. He's laying in the kitchen floor naked.
Oh,
and so she's kicking him, telling him to get up and go to bed. And he looks up with one eye and goes, "Do you realize how long this house is?" It's laid there.
So he just like trying to get from one end of the house to the next.
Yeah,
just passed out and fell over.
Okay.
Just roll me. Just push me. Yeah, I got to get some hand trucks for that guy. So John, real quick, what else can we talk about college days? I mean, we did karate together. We played flag football together.
Yeah, you were good.
John was good.
Yeah, well, it's not,
you were long and fast, and you're lanky. You know, you got good reach.
Well, did you ever tell him about what you did with the Florida State alumni?
No, what are you talking about?
When you pull the tour buses in?
Oh, okay. This is a good story, Alan. Okay. So we both went to NC State. What college did you?
Chapel Hill.
That's why he has his own studio. So for those of you who don't know, all right, you non-North Carolinians listen. We got people listening to us all over the world.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
But if you're in North Carolina, there's either Chapel Hill, the Tar Heels, Duke, or NC State's kind of in the mix. Yeah. That's the triangle. There's 3 colleges, and it's huge in basketball. And I, of course, wanted to go to Chapel Hill. They said, no, thank you. We're looking for a slightly dumber person to
your stuff's too good, John. So
too good. We have another offer for you from NC State, and NC State said no, thank you. Okay. I actually had to do this. Did you?
No, they just said no, thank you.
Did you do the same thing that I did? The lifelong program.
Yeah, you had to, and I was lifelong.
Alan, check this.
Was that for the first year? Yeah, tell me about
there's this program. Yeah, I was going to CVCC for 2 years. I had no plan, no nothing. I remember sitting in the lobby at CVCC. Just me and Booger and Shea Herman. Maybe you were there. Sean Sellemeyer was there, and Scott Pitts, and we're looking around like, what's next, man? We're just in limbo.
You mean right there in that cafeteria area?
Yeah.
Yeah, we just all just sat there.
Yeah. We'd skip class for no reason because we could. Like, no one cares. In high school, that was not allowed. And community college, like, well, it's your money. You don't have to go. We already got your money. Yeah. So we're sitting there going like, what are we doing? And then Booger, you know, Mike Hauser. He goes, well, my cousin knows a guy who NC State has this thing called the Lifelong Program where anybody off the street can take 2 classes in a PE, and if you do good, they might admit you as a full-time student.
Oh.
So it's this weird backdoor, sneaky way of getting in. Right. And that took me 2 semesters to get in, and that's how I got in. Did you do the same thing?
Yeah, same thing.
How long did it take you to get in?
I got kicked out of CVC.
You got kicked out of CVC?
First quarter.
For those of you listening, in Hickory, there's a community college named Catawba Valley Community College, CVCC, a.k.a. Duke in the Ditch, a.k.a. Harvard on the Highway. It's where you go out of high school if you
is.
didn't get into a real school, then you just figure stuff out. But why'd you get kicked out of CVCC?
You remember Grape Ape?
Yeah, Grape Ape. So that's got him Scott Lale or Aaron Lale?
Yeah, so
Scott Lale.
he came up with this good idea before class to take a beer, put it in a Hardee's cup, and pack ice around it. And I wasn't
that
drinking
is a
beer at the
good
time.
idea.
So I did. Well, that beer hit me pretty hard at the first period. So
There you go.
So in the morning.
Yeah, in the morning.
I'm going to have a beer at a Hardee's cup.
Yeah, well, it was a good idea. We was sitting on the can.
Yeah.
But I was getting a little rambunctious, and Miss Messick was her name at the time. She came over and she popped the lid off that thing, and there she sat.
Oh, boy.
So this educational institution frowns on having alcohol.
Well, I know.
in the classroom.
What kind of
Is that the
institution?
deal?
Yeah, I don't know what their policies
It's in the
are.
bylaws, John.
Yeah.
Did you not read the student handbook?
So I was a little longer CVCC than most.
So because of that, they kicked you out.
Well, yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
For the quarter.
Yeah. And then you go like, well, let's try NC State.
Yeah, well, you only live once.
You got in there before me, though, didn't you? Like, weren't you already in Raleigh when because me, Booger, and Shay moved there at the same time?
Yeah, I was already there.
You were already there with Wade.
With Wade, yep.
Yeah, okay. But Wade is a smart person.
So
He
Wade
got
went to
in.
Gardner Webb, LR,
Right.
Kentucky State, back to Kentucky.
Wow.
Jeez.
Yeah.
You remember Wade Poovey?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So that
yeah.
was his roommate for a while.
Okay, cool.
I roomed with Mike Hauser and Shay Herman. In the same apartment complex.
Right.
So a lot of crazy fun times happened there.
Nice.
So, yeah, that's how we
Well, see, I had you remember Robert Hoyle?
Yeah.
He was my suite mate at Carolina first year. So, yeah.
Oh,
so we
okay.
were, had rooms that were kind of adjoining at the dorm there.
What's
so.
Robert doing now?
I don't know.
Yeah?
I haven't talked to him in years.
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah.
I saw him. His mother, I can't think of the sons that actually played baseball, and I saw him once. I don't know what he's doing. I didn't ask.
Yeah.
I should have, because I used to go down to their place and break in.
Yes! He would just barge in.
And so-
well, it was a
Yeah,
weird
actually, I kinda
door.
remember that too.
It wasn't very safe in, what was it called? Gorman Crossings.
Yeah.
We call them Gorman Droppings.
Yeah.
That place is a dump.
Well, Hauser's mom could cook, and so
Yeah,
he always had all these damn cakes and pies and all this stuff.
Yeah.
So I'd go down there when I was hungry,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
pillage their food.
We would be sitting in there watching, like, The Young and the Restless. By the way, that's how I discovered Mike Booger liked that, because I secretly liked The Young and the Restless.
Are you kidding?
Because my mom watched it while she would record it on a VCR, Google that, millennials, and then would watch it in the afternoon while we were back home from school. So I was forced to watch it, and it slowly grew on me.
dear
And
God.
then now I'm at college, and I'm like, I gotta get back and watch The Young and the
I need
Restless.
to find out what's going on with
I
David.
gotta see what Victor Newman's up to.
What's happening?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a shady little bastard. And so I caught Booger watching it one time, and I was like, "You watch this?" He's like, "Yeah, don't make fun of me, man." I'm like, "I like it too." So we had that secret together. We would meet up at the apartment
I don't
around
know who you are
12:30 and get Little Caesars pizza
Oh, dear God.
and watch The Young and the Restless secretly.
Secret rendezvous.
Yeah.
You guys are like talking code around your friends, like, oh yeah, we got to go back to the room and work on that project together. So
Are you ready to watch Y&R?
Yeah, well, yeah, I was just saying.
So that's, we would be hanging out. And then, of course, John Wright, because he knows Mike's mother would send him back from Hickory to Raleigh with all these pastries, and he would just barge in. And I remember one time, and he's very ADD, like, like he'll say 5 things in one sentence in less than a second and expect you to know what he means.
Yeah, I really. You had to interpret.
He would just barge in and go like, "Hey, you guys got the sweet tea? I kind of need your phone. Is Lisa here?" Yeah. You're like, what? Wait, I heard phone tea Lisa. Something else is going on in this sentence, and I'm not sure what it is. But yeah, those were the good old days. But you were asking me about a certain football game, because we ended up going tailgating a lot at NC State football games. Right. And by the way, tailgating back then was amazing.
Yeah.
Because it was a grass field.
well, and State had a much better setup for that than
They
than we
did.
at Carolina. I was envious of the tailgating situation you guys had over there. So it was nice.
Well,
We
John,
had a blast.
What happened was that John decided to borrow the vest, the orange vest, and the orange batons that they used to pull the alumni in, or the cars in, directing traffic.
Right.
Of course, he's dancing. He's directing traffic. Well, here comes 5.
Well, hang on. Let me give you a little backstory here. All right. So it's tailgating. There's keg beer flying everywhere, right? So this is you get about 3 hours to tailgate.
Yeah.
But that's the maximum time they'll let you in there.
Unless you're with Superstorm and all the rest of them, it started at 6:30.
Yeah, well, if you're Phil Underwood, it never stops.
Yeah, it's true.
That's the first time I met Phil Underwood. Was passed out under a car with his head on a tire as a pillow in the first hour, and then he got up later. He didn't even make it into the game. He just sleeps and starts. Anyway, so we're drinking heavily, right? And I'm noticing these people directing traffic, and it slowly happened organically. Yeah. Like 1 minute, someone hands. No, I think my dad gave me. Like a vest, a safety vest, the orange with the reflector stuff on it. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like people jog at night, like
okay, so for jogging or whatever.
Yeah.
Where did you get the damn batons?
Well, I had the vest. I don't know why I had it with me that day, but my dad had given it to me.
See, that was kind of my question. Why just have a jogging vest with you at tailgating? You never know.
I don't know how it made it. I think it was already in the car that we drove there.
All right, sure.
You know, it just happened to be in the car.
Uh-huh.
And I slowly started noticing the people directing traffic on the way into the grass tailgating area. And as the beers keep flying, I've started thinking that'd be fun to pretend to be one of those guys.
Sure.
So I started talking about it, and I put the vest. Look, I got a vest. Someone had gloves.
Hey, look, I got gloves on now.
Someone had a whistle.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I had a baton.
It's just all coming together.
But I know the gloves made it look good too, and a whistle.
Yeah.
So I would slowly start messing with people, right? And
you were evolving into a traffic director.
Well, I didn't go there set out for this to happen. The people demanded it. And so I'm standing there directing traffic, and then I would stop them, right? And slowly a crowd would gather to watch me, like, what's he going to do? What's he going to do?
Right.
And I'd stop and go like, yeah, where are you headed? Oh, we got this pass for area B78. Like, yeah, what you want to do? And I'd give them the wrong directions. Because I had no idea where it was. So I go, yeah, go this way, go down, take a left. And then I had this whistle. I go, now get out of here, move it. And they'd get shocked, and people would laugh. And that would build and build and build. And then eventually I'll let you take it over.
Florida State alumni buses come in.
Right, okay.
So now he's out there dancing, and he's having a good time. And we're starting to back up because here come the buses.
Yeah.
Well, John directs the buses into the grassy area. And as you know, it goes into a V, so it goes all the way to the woods, and you can't back out.
So it was a kind of a rainy, it was like soggy mud.
So one bus after another comes in, and everybody's starting to back up, and I was like, oh, God, this ain't going to end well. So they got in there, and they stop, and here they come off. And then John, of course, drops his vest, his safety vest, because he is.
Well, because the real cops found out, and started looking for me.
Yeah, and then you took off, and then we didn't see him. It was like, have you seen this guy? No. And he shows up with a cooler full of beer.
Yeah, people were on my side. They wanted to protect and hide me because I remember that happening. And then someone said, "Dude, cops are looking for you. Cops." So like, someone took the vest. Someone gave me a different hat.
Yeah, I get.
Oh man, they did a complete quick change on.
Yeah, it's a quick change. It was crazy. I ran in the woods looking like one thing. I came out like a whole other guy.
That's amazing.
And then like cops on horses show up. We're looking for this guy. Like, I ain't seen him, dude. I think he's in the woods, maybe. And so I got away with it. But yeah, I think there was at least one bus that got stuck in the mud, and they had to get off the bus. It was a lot of fun.
That's great.
You can't do that anymore at NC State because now it's like tailgating is, it's a little bit more structured.
Oh, I'm sure.
And there's a lot of cement and concrete involved.
And there again, it was just, God, you guys had such a much better situation for that. So. And ours
must have been fun
pretty stodgy, and it just wasn't very fun.
Well, I'm sure you went to some awesome basketball games. I mean, come on.
Yeah, okay, we had good basketball games. I'll give it that. I mean, I was there. The football team was okay, but we weren't, anything to write home about. Basketball was fun. Yeah. I was there for the 93 championship, and that was
we went down there.
Did you guys?
We came to your party.
Oh yeah, did you guys? Oh, you were the two that showed up. Yeah, we were trying to figure out who are these two extra people.
Oh, that was Eric Montross was that on that team.
Yeah. See, Eric Montross was in the same. All the basketball team was in the same dorm I was in. Like I was a floor above him or something.
Wow.
So, it was fun. I don't remember that night, but my understanding is we had a good time. So yeah.
My understanding is
when I recall when I'm being told stories have been told, it sounded like I had a pretty good time.
Did you ever run into Bruce McNeely? He lived. I mean, he was going to school there around the same time as you.
I think I remember running him to some. Yeah.
Okay, because we that was our end.
That was your connection.
Yeah.
Right.
So we would go up there because Shea Herman and Bruce are like buddies,
Mm-hmm.
But we went there. Did you go with me that time?
Yeah, we were in
my Camaro.
Yeah, the one you got the DWI in.
Yeah, well, yes.
That was my fault. That was my fault.
Well, we should talk about that next.
Yes.
But I remember, I don't know if I drove it that time.
You did, man, because you had your plate on. That guy come up and smacked the front of the plate when we pulled in front.
Did it get lodged on a thing?
The concrete bumper. The concrete
like the
barrier.
The barrier,
Yeah.
So there was this, where we parked, the parking lot was raised maybe 2 feet off the ground from another parking lot. There's like a sidewalk and a little, like a little concrete barrier type thing. Because I don't think I did this. Maybe Booger drove or someone else was driving my car, and it ended up rolling on top of that thing, and it was literally like a seesaw.
And everybody was having a
and we had to push it back on. That was getting there. Then it was just hammer timed. We got really drunk, and I was not sure how we got back home.
That was a crazy night.
But that was I was rooting for you guys because even though we go to NC State and we're supposed to hate you guys. You hate Duke more, and Duke hates you more. We're like that one cousin who doesn't even matter. That pretends. Like you two guys will be fighting. We'll chime in, and both of you are like, sit down.
Yeah. We got this. There you go.
Yeah, we got.
I pull for state. I pull for state all the time. My son wants to go to state. He's 16. He wants to go there for engineering. So I'm cool with state.
Well, engineering. It's a good school for engineering.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
We're hoping he can get in. We'll see.
I remember this is a good little story, Alan. So
sure.
I think it was maybe my first year at NC State, maybe my second year. We all are invited to, I don't know if invited, we all go to a Delta Sigma Phi fraternity party.
Okay.
A frat party. Those guys had good parties. That's when Snoop Dogg just came out too. Like this was, and they had a whole separate house just for the party. Had a DJ. It was game on.
That was the good old fraternity days.
The good old fraternity.
Yeah.
Before you had to, drink water, get hazed, and do all kinds of dumb stuff.
That's right.
I'm sure that happened, but no one tattletailed as much.
Sure.
There was no social media.
Right, exactly. We didn't
caught,
quite have the
much.
Facebook online videos to show it.
Right. So I remember going to this party. I think the deal was, there was like 6 of us in a 4-seater, right? And the deal was one guy would drive his car there if another guy would drive it back.
Okay.
And I said, you know what? That's fine. I'll pace myself. I'll drive us back.
Okay.
So we took, I don't even know whose car it was.
It's yours.
It wasn't my car.
What?
We were not, no.
Was it?
Because I wasn't familiar with this
Joel's?
car. It was like a 4-seater Toyota. I want to say Superstorm's or Champion's car. Maybe Aaron Bowman. I don't know. Anyway, so the deal was I would drive us back. And I was kind of pacing myself, not getting crazy with the
Sure.
I figured you could, if you just want an hour, that's not a bad thing. Then the second one kicks in, like, well, you could probably get away with 2 an hour. So I made the dumb deals with myself.
Oh, yeah.
The more drunk I got.
You're like, well, if I go ahead and drink more now, I'll stop drinking a little later.
Right.
And it'll be good. Yeah, right.
That's what works, right?
Right.
See, I didn't even think of that one. That sounds good.
I've heard that in my head before. Yeah.
So now it's time to leave the party. We're all piled in this car. I'm behind the wheel. And by the way, I didn't feel like I was that drunk.
Right.
And you'll see in a minute I wasn't. But anyway, we're going now. These cops had just set up camp waiting for these dumb college kids to drive out of this party.
Fish in a barrel.
Yeah, fish in a barrel. And John Wright, right here, this guy, was sitting on, it's a 4-seater. There's 6 people in it. So right away, that doesn't look good.
Sure.
John Wright is sitting pretty much on the gear shift.
Yeah. Not like
leaning-
I was going to say.
Yeah, having a good time.
John's having a good ride.
No pun intended, right? Yeah.
Very happy. No, I don't mean it like that. He was in that area.
Yeah.
But he kept, I had to navigate around his body. And he kept like leaning on me and then leaning on the other. And I because he had hit me, I would swerve every now and then.
Right.
So, guy sees me swerving, pulls us over. How much you had to drink? I think I said 1.
I have no.
I've learned from that is you got to just say 0. And you got to have a story like, sir, I quit drinking 10 years ago, and I've been sober ever since. I've made it, have a real story. You can't go like, none, sir.
Yeah.
You got to have a reason why none.
It's like,
you can't say 1 because 1
You made a promise to your mother on her, on her deathbed 10 years ago, you
Right.
wouldn't have another drink. And,
Yeah.
Right.
Because if you say 1 and a cop hears that, he knows that's 10. Right?
Yeah.
So he does that math. If you say 0, that's a hard 0. Anyway, so I think I said 1, and he's like, "Okay, let's get you out of here. I pulled you over because you're swerving." And I went out and did the little field test, and then he made me blow in the little temporary thing.
Yeah.
He goes, "Well, yeah, it's enough to where I got to take you downtown."
Jeez. No.
And he actually said, "Had I pulled you over a month ago, I'd let you drive out of here. But now it's a new law because the blood level changed.
Yeah, right.
Because it was at one time it was .10, and it just changed to .08. And he told me, he goes,
So you got caught on a technicality.
yeah. And then
You should have said nobody told him about the law changing.
Yeah.
I'd have stopped 2 beers ago.
yeah.
I have my own
Ignorance of the
breathalyzer.
law counts.
I have my own breathalyzer. I was measuring
Yeah.
it. I was basing it on the last one.
Yeah, you guys need to update these breathalyzers you're handing out. So, but do you remember of this?
I remember you going, "Get off me!
Yeah.
Get off me!" And I was like, "What?" And then like, "Oh shit, there's blue lights." And I remember the blue lights.
Yeah.
And I remember it was the longest walk. It was like we were walking to California.
The cops made him, all of them, get out and walk.
And I got cussed the whole way. It was god awful.
Oh,
Yeah, and I was thinking, maybe I'll get to the station and time will pass and it won't be
Yeah.
that bad. And I remember walking into the police station and seeing 3 or 4 people that I saw at the party. Like,
Hey,
these
what's
guys,
up?
these guys are having a field day. But I'd already resigned myself to the fact that I'm getting a DUI. Why not keep having fun in this moment? And there was a girl that I saw at the party that I was kind of flirting with now in the jail. And for whatever reason, we were in 2 different little holding cells. Now, this is not like, you see in the movies and you sit down and talk to somebody, you got to pick up a phone and they pick up a phone and you can talk that way.
Right.
I just happened to be sitting next to a payphone. She happened to be sitting next to a payphone.
Oh, wow.
I picked up the payphone and waved at her did like that. Pretending we could talk to each other.
Right.
And she picked it up. It's like, what? I was like, and she's like, I'm mouthing like she could hear me. She goes, "I can't hear you."
No.
I said, "Mine, I can hear you fine." That's how dumb she was. But I was having fun. And they made me take my shoestrings out of my shoes. They do all that crap in case you're going to hang yourself. And they take all your possessions in your pockets, your keys, all that stuff.
They really think you being in a holding cell for like an hour or 2 that you're going to hang yourself with a shoestring.
off myself today.
Yeah.
This is it. And damn it, you took my shoestrings. Wow, you guys are good. But I remember this older guy who was in there for a DUI as well. Not at the party. This dude was like a Harley Davidson guy, like Axl Rose.
Right.
But like a miniature Axl Rose. Like he was small and wiry,
Okay.
Like if Bobby Hamlet was Axl Rose. Alan! Deep cut. Do you like that
No,
one?
you went deep on that one, so yeah. I know. Bobby had the most luxurious long hair, man. It was awesome
Yeah.
back in school.
He had long hair
Small
before
little
it was
guy.
kind of cool to have
Yeah,
long
it was
hair.
like it was a little ahead of his time there.
Yeah,
but
he was into it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was a small guy. Yeah. I remember
So think of that.
that. Okay, you got it.
And but
Yeah.
this guy is probably 38 in jail with a bunch of 20-somethings.
Right.
And so anyway, in the jail, they have a line, and they make you walk that line,
Right.
to see how that goes before they do other tests, right? So this dude, it was hilarious. I just happened to glance up. I see him. He walks up and down that line perfectly 3 times fast. He goes, 1, 2, 3, bam! 1, 2, 3, bam! How many times you want me to fucking do it?
Wow.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Let me out of here. I'm like, wow, he passed that. Of course, he's good. He's
He didn't
used
get
to
the
this.
updated breath.
Right, yeah, he's been practicing that.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. That's his one thing he can do. But yeah, I remember getting the DUI. I blew a .08
Okay.
in the thing.
Yeah.
And I had to go to court. Lost my license for a year.
Oh,
that was a
man.
bummer, and I've never gotten one since then. And thank God for Uber.
Yeah.
Like that's going to save lives.
That was the best thing ever invented. So I think Uber just came to Hickory like in the
Yeah,
last few
I
months
was told
or so.
it's
Yeah,
it's new here
I
now.
actually took one the other night. My wife got sick at an event, so she went on home. I had to stay, and I took an Uber on the way home, and it was
Yeah.
It was kind of weird taking an Uber in your own hometown, So
It's weird here, but I bet you
Yeah.
it's going to catch on.
it probably will. Yeah.
It should.
Yeah.
John, you ever taken an Uber?
I have no.
Maybe, dude. You should drive for Uber.
Wow.
Little side hustle,
Oh, really? I don't even know how it works.
just for fun,
It's
just
like
to
it's
mess
a
with
taxi
people.
type thing, right?
Well, anybody can do it. You just have to have a certain type of. Your vehicle has to be approved by Uber, and then you sign on and you just get paid to ride people around.
Yeah, people punch up on the app, say, I'm here, I want to go there.
Yep.
And it just calls the car in and takes them there. And they do it all the payments through the phone and all. So
yeah,
it's pretty nice.
How do you get paid from it? I mean, how do they just kind of wire it to your
I think
account?
I guess they just wire it to you. Yeah.
Yeah.
A good friend of mine actually, was in between jobs and went and did Uber at the Charlotte airport for a couple months. And he actually got a job out of it. He met somebody while he was driving them, and they encouraged him to come in for an interview for another job. And now he's got like a really big sales job. So yeah.
My dad thought about doing it for a minute.
Yeah.
And I begged him not to, just because I know his temper.
Right.
And he'll end up, I don't know, driving them somewhere they don't want to go and making them get out and walk.
Yeah.
He'll be that a-hole.
The minute somebody will question the direction he's taking, or
you're not
something like that.
taxi
Although
thing.
someone drunk will get in there and just think they can talk to my dad like some senior citizen. He won't have it.
That would be bad. I can see that.
Yeah. John, anything else you want to chime in? We're almost done here. Why don't we do this? This is some homework for you. Why don't you go through these comments right here on the Facebook feed? You got your glasses?
I can
Can
see
you
it.
see that?
I can try to.
And pick a question at random, and we'll give these people shout outs. And while you do that, me and Alan will talk about The Mesh. How can people find your podcast? Is this a network?
It is a network. So we got a website, themesh.tv. So
Okay.
THEMESH.tv.
Right.
And we're also one of the featured providers on Apple iTunes. So if you go search for The Mesh, you'll find all of our shows. We got a page up there with all the network that we do. So,
Very nice.
yeah, it's fun. We have a good time with it.
How long have you been doing it again? I think maybe you told me upstairs.
4 years.
4 years?
Something like that.
Yeah.
4 or 5 years, I think. I'm bad on time, but I think that's
Okay.
about right. We it started out as kind of just a hobby. You know, something we were just all kicking around. We were getting, we're doing client work all day. You're doing all this other stuff. It's like, oh, this is kind of something fun to do at the end of the day and just relax. But we got some advertisers. We got some companies that want to be a part of it. So it's good. It's
That's
fun stuff.
Sarah and I, this is new for us as well. We've only got maybe 30 episodes in.
Okay.
We've had Brad Paisley on.
Oh, nice.
We had Big and Rich, or
Yeah.
just Rich. We have had, we mostly don't have guests, but we're on this network called All Things Comedy.
Okay,
and
yeah,
they've got
heard of that.
lots of comedians on there.
Okay.
And so they asked us to get together and do it together.
Nice.
And we did. And so that's on. This one's on that network, so they take care of all that side of the stuff.
Very cool.
But we're we don't have advertisers yet, but we're open.
But you got to
for
build
it.
up to it. I mean, that's the thing is it takes a while to get the subscribers and get the numbers up there, and advertisers want to see that stuff.
Yeah.
But,
So
I
if you're
think it's
listening
still
to
the way of
this-
the future. I still think it's going to be.
So many comedians
Yeah.
have built their own little pirate ship.
Yep.
By that I mean like they don't have to go on auditions, they don't have to beg for parts. They just, because of their podcast and because of all the followers and the loyalty from fans, they make enough money to where they
I
don't
can see
have
it.
to do that, and they
I
just
can
do
see it.
stand up. And I was telling you earlier, my parents are getting older.
Yeah.
I'm getting closer to moving back to Hickory every day.
We'd love to have you back, John. You know that. So.
All right, you want to hear this one?
So John, you got a question?
Yeah,
This is from my Facebook page.
All right, so can I say the guy's name? Or
Yeah.
yeah, it's
Well,
Tyler Tatanka Shea McDuffie. Wife is in labor. Any advice?
Okay, so right now his wife is in labor.
That's what it
Let me
says.
see that. Let's read this guy's name again. Tyler Tanaka.
is it
Yeah. McDuffie. What's with the names, people? Just pick two and go with it. Anyway, his wife is in labor. Any suggestions?
Put the beer down.
You put the beer down. Put the phone down.
Get off Facebook.
Yeah. Or turn the video on. Let's see this. We'll go in there, hold her hand, and just say, yes, ma'am, I'm with you. And hope for the best. Were you there for your children's births? Were you in the room?
I was in the room.
Were you on your phone and Facebook listening to a podcast?
I don't even know if podcasts were around back then. So it was like 16 years ago. But
Yeah.
But no, I was the geek.
What
that had
advice
the,
did you give this fella?
Oh man,
If he's in the room right now, his wife is in labor.
Sharp scissors.
Epidural.
sharp scissors.
Yeah, when you cut that umbilical cord.
Oh yeah,
because you can
the one that
marl
they
it.
give you these dull ones,
Yeah.
and it takes forever to like.
Yeah, and you
There
chew
you
through
go.
it. Yeah.
Did they give you those like kindergarten plastic?
And I was like, what the nuts?
John, that's a really good practical suggestion there. So I think
Or
more people
scissor
need
sharpeners.
I'm like, sir, I know you got a scalpel in here.
or like a machete or something. I mean, something really big and sharp.
Oh,
just to,
yeah.
like, take it out in one swoop.
That's
you
good.
know.
Make it photogenic.
Yeah, right.
Don't use those dumb scissors.
They never put up photos of the people cutting the umbilical cord. It's always like the mom holding the baby.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's a big moment.
should
They
be
need
a
like
thing.
to make that more of a thing.
Yeah, and make it cool. Bring your own knives. You know, I like to see a guy with a butterfly knife,
like
a
a-
switchblade.
Have a
What, you can
ninja
go back to-
outfit.
That's
A ninja
exactly what I was
Put on
going
a
with
ninja
your
outfit.
orange belt, which is a black belt.
Put on the
Orange
ninja
is the
outfit
new
with
black.
a sword and like.
Oh yeah, yeah. Get a samurai sword.
And then you can do like one of those little loops, like on little video loops, where it's like the sword going up and down,
Yeah.
cutting the
It's a
cord.
boy. It's a boy. It's a boy.
Well,
Maybe you do the circumcision that way as well.
Let's see, Kathy Hansen. What is there to do in Hickory?
What is there to do in Hick? Are you kidding me? Everything. Well, number one, you got the mesh. You can come in here and do a podcast.
Yeah, right.
Secondly, we have a baseball team called the Hickory Crawdads.
Yeah.
I think they're the minor league to the White Sox, maybe. You ever been out to a game?
Sure. Oh yeah. It's a nice. I mean, we got a nice park. It's
I'm gonna
a nice,
check
it's a
it
nice
out
time at the
tonight.
game. Yeah, it's a fun time.
We've got movie theaters. We've got restaurants. We were once the furniture capital of the world. I think we might be third place now.
We're batting around somewhere in the top 5. But
Top 5.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
What else would you recommend? I don't live here anymore, but I'm coming back. I haven't been living here since 1992. What would you tell people to do?
All right, so actually, we had some guys come to our film festival last year out from California.
Yeah.
And they told me the best thing that they did when they were out here. Do you remember the snack bar? You remember the
Yes,
snack bar.
My mom goes there.
Okay.
To this day.
So these guys from California, filmmakers, came here, went to the snack bar every morning they were in town.
Oh, okay.
Still said they were just amazed that they got a whole breakfast for like $5
Yes.
or something, and that's what they bragged about the entire time they were here. So
Snack bar.
Yeah.
We also have pretty decent barbecue places.
yeah, we got some good
I
barbecue.
don't know. Hickory's not known for it, but
No, but
we
I mean,
can
there's a
copy
lot
it.
of places nearby that have
Yeah.
some good barbecue. Now you were at the Silver Bullet recently, right? I mean,
Yes.
would that
There
be a
you
place?
go.
That
You
was
got to go check that
that-
place out.
yeah,
That
I mean,
place, the bar stools are saddles.
Like real.
Yes.
Were that way in high school
Without
too?
horns, though.
We actually had like
You
in high
literally have
school.
to saddle
we
up
had
to the
like,
bar.
We had like school events, like school party
Yeah.
get-togethers at Wayno Silver Bullet.
Yeah.
Back then. That was great.
All right. So Sally, like, Ucante, boxers or briefs?
Oh, boxer briefs.
Yeah.
It's both. I mean, I went through a phase where I thought you had to wear box. I mean, I grew up on the briefs. As a kid, you're given briefs, you know. It's briefs most of my life. And then somewhere around New Kids on the Block, somewhere around, Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch, you saw the boxers come up out of the top of the jeans. You figure, well, maybe that's what I need to be doing. So I went through a boxer phase. Didn't like it. It bunches up. It's not practical. It's just like why would I don't know why anyone would ever wear those. So
makes no
now,
sense.
thank God for boxer briefs.
Yeah.
You know, it holds more. You know,
Yeah, as you get older, your
as
balls
you get
go lower.
older, things
Yeah,
happen.
you do. You'll
You
sit
need
on 'em.
something to
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
gravity.
That's right.
Takes over, and and this is a good remedy for that. So there you go. What was her name? Kathy? Boxer briefs,
Sally,
young lady.
Sally.
There you go, Sally.
You got a
That
bunch
sounds like
of
an
people to
insult.
say shout outs and a bunch of people. What is the most recent funny moment you've had with your dad? From Rebecca Baccarat.
Oh, that's a good question. Well, my dad, okay, I told you, he's getting older. He's 73 now.
Yeah.
Mom just turned 71 yesterday.
Oh, happy birthday.
Yes. We went out to Longhorn Steakhouse. And
As you do.
Yes,
That's what you do.
as per her request.
Right.
It was either that or Chick-fil-A. We like to get in that ball pit. But no, we went to the Longhorn and celebrated her birthday. And since I don't have a job when I'm here, I've got time to kill.
Sure.
I figured I'd go to Party City and get some supplies.
Oh wow.
So I got a little birthday hat. I got birthday sunglasses, a little pen, and you can make it say I'm 71. Did all that stuff. Got these thing called party poppers. You know, you familiar?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
pull a string and confetti shoots out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got some of those. I got gazoos. and I got an air horn.
Oh, nice.
Now that's dangerous.
Now you're stepping it up.
Well, that's dangerous.
An air
David
horn?
Reap knowing there's an air horn.
I was gonna say, I don't know how that goes over in the restaurant. Was it used for the restaurant or as a?
I want you to think of that.
Yeah.
On a Tuesday
Oh boy.
in Longhorn Steakhouse, regular working folk, just there to have a meal. Here come the Reaps with confetti, potty poppers, gazoos, and an air horn.
Check, please.
So I'm out of here.
Yeah. You get that to go. Yes.
I wonder if Texas Roadhouse has got a line or not.
Yeah, it's quieter over there. So my dad, it was a joke between me and my brother. Like I said, I showed Jason first. I go, and I have this air horn. He goes, oh, dear Lord, don't give that to Dad. I go, that's the whole reason I bought it. I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to hand it to Dad and tell him not to do it. And that doesn't work because as he gets older, you get medication prescribed to you. There's this new medicine that he's on called Tramadol.
Okay.
Tramadol, it's like a painkiller, but it's got a little energy booster, something else in there.
Okay.
And it makes him talk a lot. And it makes him physical and active. It's a good thing.
Yeah.
Until he can't shut his mouth.
Until you got an air horn.
Yeah,
An air horn.
It's called Tramadol, but I've nicknamed it when he takes it, can't shut your Trapadol. And so he's on the Tramadol and he's having a margarita.
Oh.
And I said, Jason, I got the horn. He goes, don't give it to him. I said, Dad, I got this for Mom's birthday. Maybe when they come sing happy birthday, we'll hit the air horn. He goes, do you know how loud these things are? I go, no, I haven't hit it yet. I'll let you do it if you want. I said, don't do it if it's loud. Let's not do it. And then, of course, right when the ice cream comes out, is those things are loud.
Yeah.
And luckily, we had
imagine.
already paid our bill. We did it on the way out.
Okay.
So that was the last sort of embarrassing thing that he did. And I actually handed it to him and ran out the door. Like I didn't want to be around.
You got
him.
the heck out of there.
I said, here, bye.
That's funny.
But he's a bailiff now. He works at a courthouse.
Okay.
I think he put his eggs in the wrong basket because he's known Corey Reed, the ex-sheriff, his whole life. Because my dad used to be a deputy sheriff.
Right.
For real.
Sure, I remember that. Yeah.
And him and Corey were good buds. And so he was rooting for Jason Reed.
Right.
And because of the Tramadol, he likes to get on Facebook and tell everybody how to vote.
He lets everybody know how they're supposed to vote. Right. Yeah.
So I think that may have hurt him. I don't know if he'll be a bailiff much longer. I think a new regime's coming in.
I think 5% of the points that Jason lost by might have been attributed to your dad's comments online.
Way to go, Dad. Yeah. You blew it.
So you got one more, and it was from, I can't remember. I want to say her name was Rochella.
Okay.
Maybe. We'll just call her.
What was the question?
She said, do you ever get starstruck?
Do I ever get starstruck? Yes. Let's see. The first time, it was weird. Like, we all grew up watching, loving Andy Griffith. He's a North Carolina legend. He's a legend, right?
Right.
So I worked at PBS for a while out of NC State. I got an internship at UNC TV.
Yeah.
And they do a lot of local North Carolina shows and episodes and specials and what have you. And they went to interview Andy Griffith before he died. And they went to his place. I didn't go, but I was jealous because I didn't get to go.
Right.
But they came back and they were like, oh, my God. I said, how was it? It must have been amazing. It was like, whew, he is a handful. I'm
Really?
like, what do you mean? Like, oh, he's barking orders. He's yelling at people. He's like, let's
man.
wrap this up. You guys are doing this all wrong. He's very mean. And so
Really?
now that sucks for me because I
I'm
love
cutting him
him.
off.
Right.
No more Andy Griffith shows.
Now, fast forward, I'm getting on an airplane. I'm walking past first class. There sits Andy Griffith.
Okay.
And I'm like starstruck. I'm like, oh, my God. I want to tell him how much I love his show, how much my dad was a fan. I mean, my dad was a huge fan. He went and bought a squad car, exact replica, and would go to Mayberry Day festivals.
Oh, nice.
And be that.
Yeah.
So I had many things I wanted to tell him. And I was starstruck. And I was like, well, what if he's a dick?
Yeah.
What if he's mean to me and I have to stop liking him? So I chose not to say anything. I gave him a little head nod. He gave me a little head nod, and I just went back to my seat. That way, I could continue liking him.
There you go.
I didn't give him a chance to be an a-hole to me.
That was a smart move, Mr. Reap. I think just better to leave it at that than ruin anything. You know?
That's right.
That's good.
Ladies and gentlemen, you've been listening to probably one of the best podcasts that have ever been podded. Right here from the Mesh Studios in Hickory, North Carolina, with my man Alan Jackson, John Wright, Sarah Tiana on the horn, calling in all the way from Los Angeles, and I'm your boy John Reap. Hope you have a happy Friday, everybody. Let's see if this will work.
I like to see sunrise, see the love in my woman's eyes, feel the touch of my precious child, and know mother's love.